Hello, welcome to the Ever Living podcast. We are your life-loving hosts, Cindy,
And Jessica.
and every week on Ever Living, we share the stories and voices of those who work and pray to protect life here in New England and beyond. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. How are you, Cindy?
Doing well. You know, it's 15 days till Christmas or less?
14?
2 weeks?
I can't do math.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like 14, like 2 weeks basically till
Yeah,
Christmas. It's exciting.
It's been fun just accumulating all these little presents that I'm gonna distribute.
Yes.
I enjoy that.
Do you feel like you're pretty set Christmas shopping, or do you need to still shop more?
You never know. So I could be a regifter too. You know, I'm not ashamed of that.
Fair.
You know, like
Yeah.
as a teacher, you know, you get a lot of
Do you get like a lot of
things.
Do you get a lot of mugs?
Oh yeah, I have mugs.
Yeah.
Like thermoses,
Okay.
pens, yeah.
Kind of the usual gifts, yeah.
Yeah, but I do like thinking about gifts and shopping around. It is kind of a hobby for me. So, and I do like surprises. So it is kind of the perfect holiday. I mean, not that it's just about gifts, but Jesus is the real gift.
Yeah, but it is nice to give gifts to people. I totally agree. I'm going shopping this upcoming weekend to like some cute stores near me to like try to find I like finding like little like thoughtful like specific things for people.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm like, wow, this is a good deal. I'll take 18 of them. I don't know.
You'll buy them in bulk.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Looks really good. But if our listeners are feeling especially generous this holiday season, we would really value your support to keep our podcast going into the new year. If you like listening and you know there's no ads and we never talk about, companies and just, it's kind of random during a podcast when you hear, oh, and, this is brought to you by, if your security is, no, but you can go to nhrtl.org, our website, and click on the donate button.
You got it.
Yes, and you can donate to the New Hampshire Right-to-Life Committee, or we also have a C3 that, it's good for like tax stuff.
Yes, tax deductible because we're 501c3
so the C3
status.
is called the Educational Trust.
Isn't it? I think it's the Educational Trust Fund. So if they donate to
ETF. Yeah, the ETF. So yeah, we would appreciate that. And another reminder is that the March for Life is coming up January 10th.
Yes.
In Concord, New Hampshire. So come one, come all. We do a short walk, weather permitting, from the State House to Christ the King Parish, and then we have a luncheon, and it's all free, a free luncheon and a great speaker. So yeah, things coming up. But today we want to share, we're about sharing stories and voices. So Jessica, let's share some of your stories. And what can you share with us?
Yeah, well, what do you want to know?
The good, bad, and the ugly.
Good, bad. Okay. Yeah, so as many of you guys know, my full-time job, besides doing this podcast for New Hampshire Right-to-Life, is I work for Students for Life of America as their New England regional coordinator. So I manage about 70, we're at 69, so close to 70 pro-life groups across New England at the high school, college, and we do have one law school levels, those different levels. And basically, I like work with all these students and help them run their clubs and do pro-life activities on their campuses and activism, and yeah, just serve as a resource to those groups. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So any memorable situations this past semester?
Yeah, so I've been in the role now for almost 2 years. And it's definitely been, I've learned a lot. And I would say though that this was probably the craziest semester that I've ever, yeah, since I've been working at Students for Life. And even as a student, because I also was involved in Students for Life as a student as well. And then I went on to this role. And I think part of it was probably in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death. Students on campus were a little bit more, I think, riled up about politics and just different issues.
Yeah, and there was like the like Israel and Palestine like conflict.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Like lots of different, I think our campuses, especially college campuses, have become, yeah, just more divided places when it comes to ideological beliefs. So,
yeah.
so
Or
yeah,
people like the students becoming more strengthened in their faith, like that kind of
yeah. Oh, that's super fair as
yeah.
well. I definitely noticed, even though that, I'll go into some of the situations that have happened on campus this semester, but, after Charlie Kirk's death, but I will say that, despite violence and things that we've experienced, I've also seen a boldness, a strengthened boldness in the pro-life students I work with. I think some regions, some of the students were kind of afraid to go out and be on campus after Charlie Kirk's death, but I noticed especially in here in New England, the students were more excited to get out on campus and speak the truth and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, put on more activism events on campus.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
yeah.
seeing that they could make a difference, that the good work could continue with their participation as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think an example of this is the day that Charlie Kirk died. I actually had a training that night with Choose Life at Yale, which is the pro-life organization at Yale University. And that training was our, at Students for Life, our All Human Life is Valuable tour training. So every semester we do a theme display that kind of goes on, talks about like what's going on in the pro-life movement at the time. And the theme for this past semester was All Human Life is Valuable. So yeah, that evening I actually had a training with the Yale group, and we went ahead as, a normal business. Obviously, like I went to the training and I addressed the fact that this terrible tragedy had just happened and allowed students to have the space to talk about it and their feelings, about it. But we went on and we did do our, just as I think Charlie Kirk would have wanted, continued on with our activism on campus. And we did that training. And then a few days later, I did that table on campus with them, our All Human Life is Valuable display. And honestly, it went very well at Yale. Yeah, even though I think we tabled, I think Charlie died on was it a Thursday, maybe? I think it was a Thursday, and I think, yeah, maybe whatever the 10th was that week. But then we tabled on campus at Yale that following Monday. So, and the students were eager to get back on campus, despite what had happened. So,
yeah, and what was this on Fox News that happened in Maine? We've got a news article.
Yeah, so like I said, the tabling event went really well at Yale, but as the semester went on, there definitely has been some other situations that have happened that haven't been as great. So recently, one of our new groups, it just started this semester. They're called Huskies for Life. They're at the University of
Mhm.
Southern Maine. They actually
Mhm.
made Fox News because they were getting threats from students on campus after people found out that they had started their group. So they were getting threats on like anonymous apps like Yik Yak, and then I think also just like on Instagram and other social media like that. But one student commented on Yik Yak, "These Charlie Kirk enthusiasts got to be careful. Don't they know what happened to that guy?"
Okay.
So
And is that
I,
upvoted 28 times? Or is
yeah,
that
yes, yeah,
okay?
it is. So I saw that as I actually reported this to Students for Life initially because I saw that as a veiled death threat. Um, and then from there, it then wound up making Fox News, and they interviewed you guys. People watching can go to that. You can just look up Fox News, University of Southern Maine, and it should come up. But they actually interviewed our student group, and I will say I'm really proud of them. They've continued to push forward and fight for life on their campus despite the threats and things that they've been experiencing on campus. Their campus has been great at responding to it. They've provided them some security while they're tabling,
Mhm.
and they have taken the threat seriously. But yeah, very scary. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's uh, you know that message was saying there could be violence, there could be I mean death, there could be attacks. I think is
Yeah.
kind of what that message is predicting, or uh, you know.
What's really scary, exactly, and what's really scary about these comments is that they're often put on anonymous chat apps. So Yik Yak, there's another one called Fizz, and there are these apps that college students have, and they can like select their school when they go on the app, and
Mhm.
different students can comment anonymously on these apps, and they can't really be traced back to a particular person. So if somebody makes a threat online and you see their name, you know who it's coming from, and it's easier for law enforcement to get involved and things like that. But when they make these comments on anonymous apps, you don't know who it's coming from, and that can be really, really scary.
Mhm. And is it known that it actually is a student, or could it be like an imposter?
Yeah, that's a
Uh,
good question. That I don't know. I'm honestly not super familiar with those apps. I think they were around when I was a student, but I didn't really use them.
mhm.
Um, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a way if other people can access the app even if they don't go to the school, but I'm not sure.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. So we've got Yale. We've got was it University of Southern Maine, and then
Yep, so that was at the
Harvard
University of
something.
Southern
That
Maine. And
one.
then, yeah, so then also this semester, with that same display, the All Human Life is Valuable campus tour, I was tabling at Harvard with that display. This was actually the week after Charlie Kirk died. This was like the Friday of that week. And I had done that display that week with several groups. One was Yale, then it was BU, MIT, and then Harvard. And nothing really had happened up until that point. And then it was right before we were going to clean up at Harvard. We'd been tabling for probably like 3 or 4 hours at that point. This woman came up to the table and she was clearly upset. She was with her little child who was probably like 3 years old in a stroller. And she walked up to her group and she asked one of the girls, she was like, "Is this your table?" And one of the students responded and was like, "Yes, it is our table." And the woman wound up going off about something about how she had had an abortion and just told this narrative, and then basically was like, you guys should be embarrassed, and went like took the table and then just flipped it, and then she stormed off with her baby in the stroller.
Mhm.
um so yeah, so I actually unfortunately didn't get footage of it, but this is a picture of the table right after it was flipped with our
Yeah.
display.
Okay. So was there any like university response to that or anything?
Yeah. So what we wound up doing was we wound up contacting the Harvard Police Department. They have a campus police department, and the police officer wound up taking a description of the woman and obviously checked in and like to see if the students were okay and we were okay and made sure that no one actually got hurt, which thank God nobody did get hurt. Um, but yeah, so he just kind of took a description of the woman. I don't think they ever found her. I don't know that for sure. Um, Unfortunately, Harvard, because it's a campus police department, they don't really like publicly give out their police records.
Mhm.
I did ask for it and they didn't wind up sending it to me. But yeah, it was really scary. And it wasn't a student. We know that. I mean, it could have been a student. I don't think it was a student. The woman was, unless she was maybe like a grad student or something, she was definitely like, she was probably in her 30s, and she had a son who was probably like 3 or 4. So could have been a student. I'm assuming it probably wasn't a student though.
Mhm. And how do you think that impacted the student group? Um, that
Yeah. So they honestly responded really well to it. I was amazed. They went and they like, once I think they were a little shocked at first, and then they helped me clean up the table. But then honestly, we continued tabling for the rest of the time, and they honestly handled it really well. I will say at the end, the girls were like, "I think we're gonna go to Cheesecake Factory tonight," and I was like, "You guys, you should go to Cheesecake Factory. Like, you deserve cheesecake after this." Um, but honestly, they handled it really well, and yeah, it was just I was proud of them. I think that that can be a really scary situation, and even if they hadn't handled it well, I would have understood because it's really scary.
Mm,
Um, and thank God no one got hurt or it wasn't worse. So,
yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, when you're speaking truth and when you are, combating, you know, the darkness, when you're like confronting what is evil, you're then it's going to like the darkness is not going to like that.
yeah,
Or
like
I'm
overcome
not saying
you.
people. I'm
Yeah.
not blaming people, but like just inherent like the forces of evil that are kind of unseen by human eyes.
And I think that's why like prayer is so important. And that's something I try to incorporate into the work I do because I truly do think like spiritual attack is a real thing. And I think, the devil doesn't like the work that we're doing on campus, spreading the truth and spreading, the advocating for life. So that's one thing as regional coordinator that I try to incorporate into, just and obviously as a Christian as well, is just praying about my work and that the Lord can be with me in the work that I'm doing. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So yeah,
onward.
crazy stories, but yeah, but I mean like also there's been a lot of positive things as well. One of our students, we should actually have him on the pod sometime. Um, he actually made national news recently for a pro-life bumper sticker ministry that he does. So that was an exciting thing that happened this semester. Um,
Okay. What?
but our student Gabriel, probably pull up the article. Hang on.
So he makes stickers, or
So he makes stickers that say choose life, and then they have a link to Option Line, which is Heartbeat International's website that leads people to like pregnancy resources.
Mhm.
Um, and he makes them and he distributes them to people all over the country. And he actually
Oh, maybe I've
made
seen these. Are they like blue?
here. I'm putting the link in the chat. Maybe Ben can share. Yeah, it was on a bunch of different websites. Students for Life also did an article on it as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, so he makes these bumper stickers. I don't know if there's a picture of one in this article.
I guess there's prolifestickers.com. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, from Boston.
Is it working? Yeah, there you go. See, they look like that.
Yeah, I think I've seen these. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, so he distributes them for free. So anyone can go to his website, prolifestickers.com, and request stickers, and he'll mail them to you. And yeah, and he says, it's a really easy way to reach people with pregnancy resources. So yeah, they say choose life, and then they have option lines website on there. But yeah, it was cool because he made a lot of news this semester. He was on LifeSite News, and I think American Life League also did an article on him. Students for Life also, he wrote a blog for Students for Life recently about it, and the Catholic News Agency. So I think LifeSite News might have picked up the story first, and then it was a lot of other news sites picked it up as well. So yeah, there's lots of great things going on as well. I was proud of some of our students this semester because they were protesting pro-abortion events on campus as well. So Cindy, you'd like this, the pro-life group at MIT, they actually protested, or they attended a pro-abortion talk on campus, and they asked pro-life questions. So they sat in the audience, and they were the pro-life presence in the audience.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. And same thing with UNH Students for Life. They also attended a pro-abortion event and like protested it with like pro-life signs this semester as well. So that was pretty cool to see.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to take up too much more time, but thanks for sharing your voice and stories.
Absolutely. Yeah. So always happy to share stories. I always have a lot. So.
Well, thanks for Thanks for sharing these stories, Jessica, and for being there. And
absolutely.
God bless all your campuses.
Thank you. Yeah, always happy to share stories. I have a lot, so.
Yeah, and 70 groups. That's plenty. That's a big family.
69. We're just short of 70. So hopefully we close another one soon. We've been working to start more groups. So cool. I say close, but close means start in Students for Life of America lingo.
Yeah.
So
close the deal or something.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly.
Close the loop. Okay. Well, let's close this episode.
Awesome. All right. Well, we will see everybody soon. Have a great week, everyone.
Yep. Happy Advent.
Right. Bye. Happy Advent.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Ever Living Podcast, a podcast by New Hampshire Right-to-Life, New Hampshire's oldest and most active pro-life organization. You can learn more about our work and learn how to get involved at www.nhrtl.org. If you would like to donate to our mission, you can make a donation at www.nhrtl.org/donate. See you next week. May God bless you and be very near to you, and may you be ever living.